Good morning, every.
Have I come to this planet to pay bills?
Leaders are not born, they are made.
So I want to meet you for half an hour. How much will you charge? Everyone will be buying and selling time.
विश्व में केवल 10% ऐसे लोग हैं जो गोल सेट करते हैं.
The manager converted into a leader and you said, we all know, let's do it.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining us today. And I'm so glad that you're here. If you're joining from your desk, your couch, or literally anywhere else, thank you so much for taking out time and for being here with us today. Today, I am going to be talking about something that I'm genuinely passionate and something that I will be personally using in the next couple days: networking and leadership, something that we do every day. So, I want to ask you a very quick question. What's your biggest struggle when it comes to networking? Do you feel it is starting conversations or following up with someone that you networked with? Or if you feel that I'm being way too salesy? Because if you have these doubts, or these questions, these are exactly what we will be talking about today. And I want that the live session that we are going to conduct today, it should be interactive and it should be useful for you. So while you are sending me your answers, I really want that you stay with us till the end of the show and take away whatever best you can. So I'm looking forward to all your answers dropping in. Please let me know what's your biggest struggle when it comes to networking. Let me know in the chat box below. Yes, I am looking at a few answers. I might sound a little too salesy. Yes, okay, that's a very big struggle. I don't know how should I present myself. Okay. Got it? Okay. So before we, dive into the topic of networking leadership, I just want to say that a lot of us really don't struggle with meeting people as per se. We struggle with building relationships that's beyond the first conversation. What I mean by this is we struggle with building relationships that is beyond the first hi, hello, how are you, what do you do, right? And a typical networking session is we go, we exchange numbers, we connect on LinkedIn, we attend rooms, we will join rooms. And then there are only a few of these connections that turn into real life conversations, real trust, or real work for either of us, right? And what we forget that networking strategies and leadership skills are not basically, to business oriented skills or work oriented skills. They're rather very core human skills, right? So they're essential for us as a human being. And this is exactly why we will be talking about both of them today. And for those of you who are new here, I just want to say I'm Rajvi, and I spend a lot of time doing these conversations, right? I indulge in conversations with founders, with leaders, with speakers, with professionals. But what we don't realize it, they know what they do, they're expert at it, but they struggle to articulate it or build meaningful relationships around their work, right? And I've realized in my couple of years of working with these beautiful people is that the leaders who have the strongest networks, they're usually not the most loud people in the room, right? They are the most sought out people. They are humble, they're genuine, they know what they do, they listen, they follow through, and they have intention, right? So this is why the topic today is very important, because I believe that these are not very separate skills: leadership, networking. They are rather two skills that reveal each other, right? So this is what we are going to be talking about today, and I want to bring on light our guest, or I would say host for the day, right? So, when things go wrong for us, for example, pressure rises, uncertainty hits, what do you think that is holding us individuals or teams together, right? So, our first person who's going to come on live with us has lived leadership where once a decision is taken, it's irreversible and trust is non negotiable. Brigadier Sushil Bhasin has served the Indian Army for over 3 decades. He's led men and missions in high stakes environment where clarity, courage, and responsibility were survival skills. And after retiring as a brigadier, he spent 18 plus years working with corporate CXOs and leadership teams. Again, he realized that most organizations are not failing today because of lack of strategies or lack of proper things aligned. They're struggling because there is lack of trust, right? So today, when he works as a military inspired leadership coach, a global keynote speaker, a 4 times TEDx speaker, he's helping those leaders build high performing teams that operate in pressure with discipline, empathy, and purpose. And he's one of the only two certified speaking professionals in India. He believes that the uniform is optional, but your mission is not. Please join me in welcoming Brigadier Sushil Bhasin. Sir, are you live with us? Jai Hind, sir. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Jai Hind, and I'm doing very well. Rajvi, thank you very much for those lovely words. Thank you.
Thank you
Please
so much,
go ahead.
sir. Thank you. And now I would like to get online our guest for the day. How many of us here believe that business grows faster when relationships come first? Let me know in the comment section. If you had a stronger relationship, do you think your business would grow faster or would it grow slower? Okay, we have a few answers: faster, quicker, yes, yes. So, the guest for today is someone who built an entire platform around this thought. Mr. Rohit Bardia, the founder of RB Business Nexus, someone who comes from Rajasthan, began his journey with only a BCom and as a role as an accountant's executive. In 2010, he chose entrepreneurship. He moved from telecom, financial services, and finally into something bigger, that business itself. And in May 2022, right in the middle of the pandemic, where the entire country was shut down, people were trying to survive, he created RB Business Network Nexus, a pan Indian networking platform built on just a one simple thought: make friends and grow together. He's guided by strong values of discipline, commitment, ethics, and karma, and believes money is only a medium, but relationships are the real wealth. Today, he's not here just as a founder with us, but someone who understands the entrepreneurial journey and the value of relationships. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Rohit today. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for being here with us today. You are not audible. Can you hear me? Rohit, sir, you're not audible. Do you want to log out and log in once again?
No. Just, I think it's only the mic. But I can see his mic on.
Yeah, his mic is on, but I think his device is not connected with the mic.
Okay, so till he can come on the mic, let me say a few words. So,
For sure, all yours.
good evening, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it could be good evening somewhere as well. So, I'm very, very happy to be here today to welcome Rohit Bardia. Today is 4th of February, and tomorrow I will complete my 90 days in this wonderful platform called RB Business Nexus. And in short, I just say RB. What is RB? RB is relationship building, though it also happens to be the initials of our founder, Rohit Bardia. What is very important is when I hear him say these words, that I am not here to build businesses, I am here to build relationships. It's a very good thing. He says, don't come into this platform to make business. come here to make and build relationships. And that's very powerful, because when relations are good, business happens. And that is what I've learned from him. It has been wonderful 90 days on this platform, meeting hundreds of people, getting good leads, and that has been awesome. So I think there is something that has gone a little uh, wrong technically. Rohit is not being able to log in. Okay, but till then, till he comes back, I'll choose to tell you something about networking and then say how networking and Rohit and I got together. I have been a networker from my childhood. And in the army, I remember people would use a term, इसका PR बड़ा अच्छा है, कुछ काम कराना है तो इससे करा लो. So it has been in my blood. And then I happened to meet a very good friend of mine called Gil Peter Sill, a gentleman who belongs to many countries, from Israel to Singapore. And he was settled in Singapore when I first met him in 2019. And now he is settled in Bali. I learned from him. And during these days of, just a bit, during the days of COVID, he did help me come online to my audience in India and explain to them the powers of networking, as also introduce the subject of masterminding. So that has been good. Now, the first time I actually saw networking at its peak was when I came across this platform and met Rohit. And Rohit has been okay. And Rohit has been a wonderful person to meet. Outside of the uniform, I didn't see somebody who is as disciplined, committed, and is absolutely firm and polite. That is really powerful. So we are trying hard to get Rajvi, you can come up. What is wrong? Why are you not coming up? Okay.
Hi, yes, I'm sorry. I think that was yes,
Okay.
technical error there.
So I know how
I'm
we help
sorry,
Rohit to join
Rohit's
in.
trying to get in.
So till he comes, let's keep continuing the conversation and let's see how can we help Rohit to come up. In the meantime, yes, Rajvi, what has been your impression so far when we put the leadership and networking together? I was very happy to see. Now he is in. Rohit, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Sorry for some
Oh,
technical glitch.
that's wonderful. Now let's continue from where you left, Rajvi.
Jai sir.
So
Happy
our
pronounce.
guest, our guest Rohit, and Rohit has a very nice way of greeting people. RB Pranam. That's what we say. So RB Pranam, Rohit.
Happy pronounce, sir. Jai sir.
Uh, welcome to our channel. And I would now like uh, Rajvi to take her stage and continue.
Thank you so much, sir. First of all, welcome, Rohit sir. Thank you so much for being here today with us. And
My pleasure.
I have a very quick question with both of you. Like, quick question. When you hear
Yes.
the word networking, what do you think is the most misunderstood part about it for each of us individuals? Rohit sir, why don't you
It,
start?
it is easy. It's relationship building.
No, so that is what we feel networking is. What do you think is the most misunderstood part about relationship?
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
Rohit
being
sir.
salesy, being uh, being aggressive, being salesy. I think that yeah, Rohit, what do you say?
Okay. See, when we talk about networking, actually people do not read networking. They read business networking, and this is the problem. They should read only networking. When they read business networking, the first word is confusing them actually. We used to say, don't see there, we see first there, correct? So similarly, when we talk about business networking, people look only business, and no, we should look at networking. This is a misunderstood thing that we are coming to the networking for the business.
Yeah, that's very very true. That we have networking is equals to business for us. That's what we have aligned with, and that is one major major challenge. So Rohit, I want to ask you that when you built RB business, during COVID, which basically was a time where everyone was isolated, people were shut down in their homes. um Basin, I think there's a little sound coming in. Can we just mute, please? I'm sorry.
Okay. Got it. I'll do that.
Thank you. So, what did you realize about the human connection, in this crisis mode that people don't realize and still tend to underestimate?
So that particular time, people were into surviving mode. No, everyone want to survive themselves, and they were not in mindset of making money that time. They were mindset कि कैसे भी हम नो डे टू डे लाइफ का जो survival है उस पे हम लोग focus कर सकें. And trust me, the networking was very supportive that time for everyone. You must knowing that everyone on Zoom, almost 80% of the day were whether on Zoom. Those who want to grow and those who want to waste time, they were on the news channels. Correct.
I
So
agree. Yes.
networking been the biggest support for that time for the people during the COVID that somehow I survive myself in terms of earning or whatever other XYZ things. But one thing I'll tell you, human connection always matters a lot for business.
I think there's a network glitch.
Along with trust as well. So relationship and trust both like a hook which connects one engine with the train coaches. Both together work. So these are two hooks of life. And during that survival period, I also one of them wanted to कि चलो do something to survive ourselves. And when I started this, I realized the power of networking and just took it forward in a professional way. And now you can see RB Business Nexus standing in the market.
That's absolutely beautiful, right? That's a great journey. And for anyone who started something in the COVID times, let me just say we grabbed we were the best ones. We grabbed a golden opportunity. Looking at how the market is right now, I'm very happy then, right? So I think the COVID kids are the lucky kids.
Yeah, so
But
COVID been a turning point in my life actually. See, COVID brought two things for the people. One, someone who lost everything, someone who got everything. So I am
yes.
someone who got everything.
Yes. Oh, that's a very beautiful way of saying it. We've all lost something in COVID, and I think a lot of the people when हम जब COVID की बात करते हैं, we say यार बहुत ही गंदा time था, हमने उसको खोते देखा, हमने उसको खोते देखा. I think it's the first time I've heard someone say I've got something out of COVID. That's a very very beautiful thought. Positivity, negativity, tunnel के end पे light देख रही. It's a beautiful thing. Um, Bhasin, I want to ask you, coming from the army background and staying in the army for over 3 decades. Trust is really not an optional thing, right? You have to trust your team members. But in corporate teams, that it becomes a little optional thing. Do I want to trust him? Do I not want to trust him? So, what do you think that breaks the trust in relationship and in leaderships today? Because, as Sir said, trust is very, very important, right? It's the hook. So, I think trust is very important in networking as well. So, what do you think today breaks that trust element in leadership?
Before I answer that question, I want to tell you trust is like Fevicol or glue that binds things together. And trust is something which makes things happen. And the moment it is lost, it is very difficult to get it back. So it takes years to build trust, but it takes seconds to break it. And once broken, whatever you do, there's a crack that still remains behind. So, therefore, trust is the most important thing. Where does it come from? It basically comes from the beginning of a leader, or I'll say anyone. If I want to learn trust, I have to start trusting people around me. So, first is trust people, and second is be trustworthy. Do something that people really can trust you. So, this part becomes important that you first understand what is trust. I can trust a taxi driver to take me, I don't ask him license hai, night vision theek hai kya? I don't do that. I don't even know whether he has a license. He's learned something because he's in a taxi uniform and all. I assume trust hai. Sorry, license hai. But when my boss calls me from my office, before I go to him, I even pick up my pen from my table. I don't trust my friend with a pen, but I trust a cab driver with my life. First, build trust. Now, your question, Rajvi, was just repeat that one part which I want to be clear about. You want me
What
to answer?
breaks the trust fastest today in leadership?
So, what happens is you start looking at results, and if the results are not coming, you start mistrusting people, or you fall prey to rumors, or somebody in in the team would come and say something to you and say, you know, that chap is doing this. So if you start listening to people without confirming and you start taking action on your assumptions, that is where the leadership starts. That means you as a leader are not really building trust in your team. That would be my answer.
Nice way to think about it. That we trust strangers, but we stop trusting people we know, right? It's a very and that's a real life thing. I think we've all experienced. We're all traveling day and night, not trusting the pilot. I mean, the looking at whatever we're doing every day, we don't trust. We have blind trust on the pilot. Oh, he's going to take us where we have to go, but we will stop trusting the people at our house only when just a small thing goes missing. That's a very beautiful thought. Thank you, sir, for it. Going back to you, Rohit, sir, that networking and is I think one of the most essential skills today, like you said, because it helps building a business. Sorry, it helps building relationships, right? We're removing the business element out of it. Now, when someone's attending their first networking event or is in a leadership forum, what do you think are the three things they should do in the first 10 minutes?
Okay, so very nice question, and I just want to say one thing that when you come to the networking event, we should first look at the environment wherever you are and try to settle yourself. And another thing I can say in 3 words: listen, learn, and observe. LLO, the best formula to be in the networking. And people used to think that when they speak lot, they are doing better networking. But I say when you are silent and listen more, then you are doing the net. Best networkers always keep quiet more. No, like if you look at the traditional networking, people used to say that अपने बारे में बताओ ज्यादा बात करो. I say listen first because once you know the people, you can able to connect कि किसे आगे बात करना है, and otherwise you have to keep on telling what you are knowing. That's all. So learn people and then fix next meetings with them. So you will be knowing the who is the right person to, because when you listen people, you know their knowledge, you know their power, correct? And now you have to select your audience to whom you are taking forward. That's what I can say.
That's a very beautiful anecdote given to us. Learn, listen, observe, right? So I think anyone who's sitting in our audience today, take this home. If you're going to be attending any networking event, I know a couple of people in our audience are attending a few networking events. I am attending one in the next 2 3 days. I will definitely be using this, the listen, learn, observe formula, because what do we usually do? We go to a networking event, here's my card, this is what I do, and then we forget. How many cards we've all walked back home with this big bundle of cards we never look into. So I think this is a very, very, very good formula. Thank you so much, Rohit sir. Baseen sir, over to you. A quick question for you now. Do you think that the trust that is built faster, is it built faster through competence or through care?
It is always, and always built through care. Um,
And
I
why?
would all, I would always like to urge you to go and see Simon Sinek's. You just say Simon Sinek, trust versus performance,
Okay.
and you'll find. And let me tell you this: if you have a graph on which trust is the vertical and performance is horizontal. Sorry, performance is vertical and trust is horizontal. The first quadrant on the left is low trust, low performance. Nobody wants that. Out. On the right top is high trust, high performance. Everyone wants that. But these two categories, one you don't want and one is not available easily. Now we are left with the two other quadrants: low trust and high performance, and performance and low trust. All the corporates only take people by high performance. They don't even have a way of knowing trust. But
Okay.
the army picks up its people through a 5 days services selection board where they see the psychology of the person. And that comes from what we say now, at least I say in my corporate environment: hire for skill, hire for will and train for
Great.
skill. You give me a good normal human being who's trustworthy, I can get more work out of that person than a person who performs a lot but is not available, doesn't put in his best, etc. So, therefore, a very different thing I'll tell you: the army says, I'll rather take a person with low performance and high trust, and even prefer mid level trust, mid level performance and high trust. So
Mm-hmm.
trust is something, but it's not available easily. So now what is done is you have to learn how to. Sorry, yeah, just made a mistake. Okay, sorry. So uh, let me come back to what I was saying. It is important that you realize how to build trust in your team, and that itself is one of my leadership workshops and lessons. I teach people how to build trust, because your team will not stand too much on performance. And right now in RB Nexus, we are having a warlike situation. Today, we are on day 4 of a 21 days um, leadership and performance level, everything put together, a networking booster dose. So it's all happening there. We've got leaders, they're building teams, performing, and all that. And this lesson would go very well to all those friends of mine from RB Nexus who are listening to this. You will do a lot to uh, understand this and enjoy it. Okay, so thank you. Let's move back to
Thank you,
Raj.
thank you. I'll take back the mic. Basin sir, may I please request if you could just switch off the LinkedIn comments on screen just for a couple minutes, because I think that's lagging the video. It's taking a little bit of more network. So
Okay,
if you
okay,
switch
okay.
those off.
I'll do that.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Rohit sir, we're talking a lot about trust, talking about human transactions and everything. So of course, you would have seen thousands and thousands of business owners coming in networking. What do you think is the one behavior that will instantly tell you that someone's only and only here for business networking and not human relationship building?
Can you please repeat your question? I'm not understanding it.
Okay, what I meant is that what is the one instant behavior that you capture of a person in a networking site that will make you realize कि ये यहाँ पे सिर्फ business बनाने आया है, ये human connection नहीं बनाने आया है.
Okay, so when you talk to someone, two activities which I feel is showing that one is started telling the offers and discounts, and second invite people to their upcoming next one of the conclave or seminar or something, saying that no, ये मेरा free है seminar आ जाओ, and giving the business card. So basically the conversation start with the selling. That is something not going to last even for next 15 minutes also.
That's very true. Rohit sir, just a small request. I think your network is not working well because your video is paused and your audio is coming. Can you just refresh once, please?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think that's very important. How many of us actually do this? जाते हैं networking event पे. I do this and ये मेरा card है, मेरा ये next webinar आ रहा है, please आइए. That's completely being salesy. And that tells you that you're here for business networking, as Rohit sir quoted, and not networking. So I just read a very beautiful comment that's coming, that caring about others and giving is my policy of networking. Oh, we have Rohit sir back. Over to you, Rohit sir.
Fine. Thank you.
So please continue, sir, what you were telling us.
So I said ki when you go to the networking event or even virtual or physical, the one thing is very important that give a warm welcome to the person and try to ask some relevant question. How are you doing nowadays? You know, how's going your life? What's new in your business? Try to engage the people with some conversation. Trigger their mind that you are here to talk to them, not to sell them. Please understand, if you are selling people, they will skip you because no one wants to buy in the room, because networking is not to sell. Networking is to build people, and those people will build your business. So you should not sell in the room, you should sell outside the room, and these people will help you to sell. So your mindset should be that I'm educating my product and services to the people, but not in the first meet. It should be in the second meet. So first
Okay.
meet should be just knowing about each other, what exactly is the person. That when you meet the next time this person, you should not feel yaar ye banda kaun hai. Correct? You at least should know the person's little bit background, or even though you are talking with someone else, you can say that see that person I know, that I met this person is doing so and so so and so so and so. That is only possible when you engage them by knowing their industry or their expertise about their family, about their business and future goals, what kind of clients we cater to. So just try to know the people. That's important. From last 5 years, I stopped giving the business card. I'm not keeping my business card
That's
because it's
beautiful.
not for me. Because when
Yeah.
I give it, I know it is going to be in a drawer or dustbin next 3 days, after 3 days. So it's not going to help. Just build human interaction. Or the best way is that carry your QR code of your LinkedIn, just make instant connection with them. That's all.
Yeah,
So in passively, they will be in touch with you.
that's very good. Rohit, sir, I'll just ask you one more question. This is like for a Gen Z audience like me. What we for us networking is very different. For us the idea of networking is very different. So how do you think a young professional should really network without sounding desperate or salesy? What do you think is something we guys can do? Because for us, we get overwhelmed looking at seniors around us. Either we shut ourselves down or we just start speaking too much. So, what do you think is the ideal way of networking?
To be very honest, I'm still finding the solution for how to bring changes on networking, because they want everything is accountable, instant. एक घंटा दिया तो कितना ROI है? No, it's not wrong. It's really good. It's very practical. But we are still, Bharat is a traditional country. We should still learn or believe in the traditionals. Correct. Please understand, the Genjis are like no cooking the food directly on the fire, and we all people looking for cooking food in the pressure cooker. That's the
Mm,
difference. So they want instant. That's little challenge. And networking is not a game of instant. It's a lifelong journey. Networking only works for those people who have patience and long-term vision. So I can say ki this is a small gap, but still I just recommend and suggest Genjis ki allocate some 30 minutes or 1 hour on daily basis and just invest it like a mutual fund. One SIP per day in networking, and don't expect immediate, and just look at long-term future after 25 years. That's what I can say.
one
Rohit,
SIP.
Rohit, I just want to butt in, Bachchan. Are you saying that the Gen Zs try to eat through the pressure cooker itself? They don't have time to take out and put it on the plate?
No, they want to cook immediately in the fire.
सर हम इंस्टेंट नूडल्स वाले बंदे हैं 2 मिनट में जल्दी चाहिए हमें
Yes.
Uh,
तो
So, जो खिचड़ी बन
sorry Rohit
so
sir,
I was saying, okay, it's okay. Please continue.
no, yours stage is yours.
So I said कि we believe in that जो कुकर में खिचड़ी बनती है, that is more healthy. And that's what I can say.
That is very very true, right? So being a Gen Z, I can tell you that yes, that instant gratification is our thing. आज हमने एक काम किया, so end of the day क्या result आया, but it's a very good thought you said that take out 30 minutes every day and look at it as an SIP that's not giving you instant results. And this is for anyone listening. I started when I was 17. I am 22 right now. And I think the only thing that's got me till here is my network. And one of the first few people I met in this industry was Bhasin sir. So he started my network chain and he has increased it to where I have reached today. So yes, network is very, very important. Thank you. Thank you, Miss.
yeah.
So all
Yeah,
the best, Aarti. You are doing
I
great.
still remember it was COVID days, and she came from UK because of COVID and got stuck here and had to give online exams, couldn't go back to London. and her mother was running a business. She handed over to her when she was 17. So I've been her client since 2017. Over to, yeah, continue, Raju.
Thank you, sir. Rohit, so you were saying something.
So I was saying that no, definitely networking is a very important aspect. I just give to a message to the Gen Zs. You are high performing people, no doubt in that. You are far better than us, and this is definitely because the generation. But one thing you believe that few products, few situation has own nature. You cannot change that. If you want to eat a mango, you need to wait for at least 5 years. Correct. If you want
Yeah,
to get some benefits from any of the aspect that has own time duration. Correct. And networking is something a long term game. So you cannot reduce the size, but you can be smart enough by limiting yourself in a particular 30 minutes or 1 hour or 15 minutes per day as a SIP investing in the networking, or at least 2 hours in a week. Just one day in a week, you fix it Tuesday afternoon, 3 to 5, 2 hours, and invest for networking, and don't wait something to happen immediately. Just keep on doing long term, and you will feel the result. You will see the result definitely. Networking has never ever negative results, whether it will grow or won't do anything, but it will not never take you down. No, never negative side effects of networking. So believe and do that.
that's
Just
beautiful.
1 minute,
There's a
Rajvi.
question we have, no?
Rajvi, just 1 minute. Hold on, hold on. I've got Anushri here, and she said we need guidance on how to network and start conversation. She's another Gen Z student of mine, and Rohit is coming out with a Gen Z chapter by itself, a very different way, where it's not about your business networking; it's about learn and grow. And because we are in a team now, and leaders make goals, so my goal is to bring into RB Nexus at least 100 Gen Zs by the end of February. Rajvi is, of course, one that she is there, and she will be in on the 5th of February, which is tomorrow morning at Starbucks in Chennai. And Anushri is the one who's coming in now. She's been traveling, so I couldn't meet her, but she will be in Chennai with us. And Rohit, you'll meet her. Okay, so over to all Gen Zs who are looking forward to something to grow in your lives differently. Remember us. Next
I'll
week, yeah, so go ahead.
I want to add one more thing, sir, that I invite each Gen Z, let's come and join as a family. Please understand, in every family, we have all age kind of people. Correct? We have kids, growing kids, and we have adults and old age also, all together called family. And everyone has their own different expertise. Once you come inside, we will learn from you and you will learn from us, and we all together will create the street. So let's come and mingle and do work together. I know it will be little tough कि बच्चे बोलते हैं आपको कुछ नहीं आता, बड़े बोलते हैं बच्चों को कुछ नहीं आता, लेकिन दोनों को सब कुछ आता है. Please understand. Let's all together have an understanding and grow together.
That's a beautiful welcome that we've got. So, Rohit, why don't you answer this question? She wants to understand how do you start a conversation, right? And then how do you proceed into networking? So, if two, three quick tips you could approach, give it for her.
So when you want to speak, Brigade sir?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. So when you want to start conversation, simply greet with the person with your own language. Correct. Wherever you are, even though you are not that language guy, at least you should know basic few words wherever you are going. For example, if you're coming to Chennai, as you said, Starbucks, say "Welcome." Correct. If no like that, if you're going to Maharashtra, say Jai Maharashtra. Like that, once you start that, you win the heart of the person. That is the first thing. And second, just try to understand the person's name clearly. Listen that clearly and call the person with the name, and then ask what you do. Don't tell what you do. Ask what you do, and please listen the person. That's all. Everything will move forward. It will follow everything. Just do these three basic steps.
I think that's a very beautiful point you said, that understand the language you are a part of and connect in that language. हमने इतना English को main language बना दिया ना, we've forgotten our roots. But I think if you go back and realize that why do we start speaking Hindi when we have some emotional talk to do or something that we want to understand? Because it's a connecting language. So that local language is the connection building language, and it's very important we connect with that person. So thank you so much for that. Basin sir, a very, very quick question to you now, that in the army, we have a very clear hierarchy, right? कि ये brigadier है, colonel है. पूरा set होता है. But networking rooms में these hierarchy disappears. So then, how do you think that a leader should carry his authority but not create distance? Because if he brings in that hierarchy, that distance created, right? So how does he carry authority then?
So I should be able to answer this with a beautiful story that comes to my mind. I was posted in Bhuj, and I was a there's a logistic officer in the brigade headquarters called DQ. I was a DQ of the brigade, and with us there was an independent armored squadron commanded by a Sikh gentleman called Jay Singh Rao. He was a very dynamic person. His battalion would, his squadron would always do the best and all that. It was very good. Now, uh, one day I went to his house and I found three of his officers. They were, there was one Sikh gentleman, he had taken out his turban, and the others had taken off their shoes. They were sitting on the carpet. They were walking up to the bar and picking up their drink. I said, "What is this? What is happening here? I mean, we are army people. Where's the discipline gone and all?" And then after a couple of days, I went to his office. And the same second in command of his, I still remember his name, Captain Rakesh, he who was sitting on the ground with chappals, shirt button open and all, was now, he walked into his office. "May I come in, sir?" He said, "Yes, come in." He saluted and he stood there at Savdan. He didn't move. And Jai Singh Rao gave him instructions like a leader. I understood the difference in what in the army we call off parade and on parade. On parade, we are friends. There's no rank. But on parade, even a person is one day senior to me. Today in my life, I have people who are 6 months senior to me from NDA. I still can't call them by their name. I say sir. Okay. And today, when I came out of the army, a 20 years old girl, 10 years younger than my daughter, say, "Hello, Sushil, how are you?" It used to come and hit me hard. But now I've got thick skin, I've got used to it.
So, how do you think leaders can walk into rooms? What do you think that a leader should do? Any one quick thing he must do where he doesn't lose his authority, but also doesn't sound in that hierarchy chain?
So I recently put up a post and read that for details. But I understood when I was a second lieutenant, just with 1 year of service, when a brigade commander who was like not father, grandfather, great grandfather to a lieutenant, and he says, "Hello, Sushil, how was your leave?" And I get stunned. So what Rohit said, know everyone's first name. Know your people. There are two posts on this on LinkedIn. Please have a look. You'll get to know what is importance of addressing people by first name. And the
Mm-hmm.
second thing is, how are you? How are you doing? How's your family? Instead of don't establish your authority there. Establish a relationship and rapport. And the moment your rapport is involved, read a story in my LinkedIn post where I talk about a chap called Joachim Khalko. Just
Okay.
because I remembered his name. And when he came back from leave, a short thing is that he came and said, "I want to go on leave." I said, "Jao, any problem? You're going on leave for?" He said, "Sir, मेरे माता जी का गिर गई हैं, उनका दाहिना घुटना टूट गया है." मैं को, "Take care, जाओ, all the best." After he came back, I didn't see, but one day in the prayer, in the games period, I saw him and I called him. I said, "Hey, Joachim, idhar aao." Most officers would also call people, "Hey, Jawan, idhar aao." But there was a difference between "Hey, Jawan, idhar aao" and "Hey, Joachim, come here." So Joachim comes running. I said, "कैसे हो?" बोला, "सब ठीक हूँ." "माता जी का क्या हाल है?" बोला, "सब ठीक है." "So उनका दाहिना घुटना अभी ठीक है क्या?" दाहिना घुटना भी याद है मेरे को, उसका नाम भी याद है. That man was like a lamb. He was the most loyal, trusted man with me, and he would do anything I told him. That's how you build relationships with your jawans. And Aditya is here, and I saw one more colonel there. Army officers know very much, and I like Aditya to comment on this. Aditya, how do we build trust with our people? How do we treat our people? You can't take people to war If you say, "Hey, Jawan, idhar aao."
You
And
know, with
another thing I tell you, another thing, your name is the most important and the sweetest word in the dictionary. And
with this,
people like to be called properly. You should know how to spell his name. You'll see so many times I come with some foreigners. I don't know how to pronounce their name. You'll see me even here. I'll say, "Excuse me, before we go further, can I hear your pronunciation of your name?" Am I right?
Excellent. Excellent.
Knowing the spelling of a person, if I'm Sushil and people say Susheel, it means the same thing, but it doesn't sound good to me.
yeah,
So the spelling of your name and knowing the first name is the first step to building trust.
that's very important. You know, with
Very
this,
beautifully explained, sir.
sorry, sir, Rohit, sir, what did you have to say?
I said very beautifully explained.
Yes, a very beautifully explained. You know, with this, I remember, I don't know how many of you are Veer Zara fans over here, but I'm a hardcore Veer Zara fan. If you remember a scene, there's a very particular scene when, Rani Mukherjee comes and she actually calls Veer by his name and not 786. That is when he turns and responses. So I think that's the importance of name because that's your identity. Again, relationship building. She realized that सारे पुलिस वाले उसे क्या बुला रहे हैं, you know, जेली नंबर 786. He does not respond. वो इतने सालों से चुप बैठा है, बात नहीं कर रहा है, किसी से नेटवर्क नहीं कर रहा है. As soon as Rani Mukherjee comes and says, Veer, he turns, he talks, he gives his story. So that's very, very important that you know a person by its name, you build that connection and rapport, as Sir said. Um, great insights today. Before we wrap up, we've talked a lot
Just
about.
one, just 1 minute. I think there's a beautiful conversation going with Aditya, and he said something right now, which I want to tell you. This is my golden principle I follow till today, and I talk about this in my workshops. On my on the walls, on our pelmets, these three words were already always written: "Know your men." And for the Gen Zs and for people who don't know this, let me tell you what it really meant. Of course, now I wonder how would they say, because it's not men, it's men and women. They must have coined a different term. But for us, it was this. Let me explain the meaning of know your men. When I joined my battalion to Bihar, my company commander told me to buy a register from the canteen, which I did. And I was a commander for 30 people called a platoon commander. So he told me, first page, write down all, like an index, write down all the names of your people and page number. So when you open a register, left side, there were no, what do you call, there was no photocopying, there was no computer, handwritten. So I handwritten write down 30 names and index them. On the left side, I have a complete format which I have to write. We used to use a carbon paper. So at least 2 pages you could save. So out of 30, I would have at least written 10 times, if not 15. The name, the blood group, his family, how much acres of land they have. It's an agricultural land. What's his family? Is he married, not married? Every data of his was captured on the left side. On the right side, there were two columns. Left side, good points, and right was bad points. Every time I observed him doing something, I would come quietly at night and open my register and say, "This chap did this good." Couple of things that you noticed in the day you would write down. At the end of the month, you would call a person and say, "You're doing well, बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो, लेकिन ये दो चीजों का थोड़ा ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा." So that means there was an instant appraisal. He didn't have to wait for a year. He also knew that साहब मेरे को observe कर रहे हैं. I'm under surveillance. ठीक है, very quietly. And that is the way I knew my 30 people inside out within 10 days when I joined the battalion. And for 10 days, I was living in a barrack with them, standing in my underwears with them, and having a bath. There was a drum of water there, and 3 4 people, and I would also be there, and everyone is putting his mug into the thing and having a bath. That is the way we build relationships.
Well explained, Brigadier sir. It's really amazing. Very inspiring to listen from you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Brigadier sir. Before I wrap up, I just want to ask one very quick question. हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं networking करने की and कैसे question start करना है, कैसे conversation start करना है. But there comes a time, right, that you also have to consciously start stepping back from network. You need to now draw that line that okay, I think I've had my conversation here. I have to consciously take a step back, right? How do you think that conscious step back should be taken? What is a healthy withdrawal?
Uh, Rajvi, I'll tell you one thing. This question is wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Why wrong means you should not think to go back from networking. Never
Okay.
step back from networking. Okay,
Okay.
so networking is lifeline. Please understand. We have to live. We need to be have oxygen. The day we stop taking the breath, we die. Similarly,
Okay.
networking is something a oxygen for the growth. The
Mm-hmm.
day you stop networking, you will stop growing.
Oh
So
wow,
never
that's a beautiful
think,
place.
never think to step back. The last breath of your life, two things is constant. One thing
Mm-hmm.
is your learning, and second is networking. The
Mm-hmm.
person who understands these two things to do in life, trust me, no one can stop the person to be on the stage. And trust me, only 5% people are on the stage, and 95% people only clap, clap, clap. If you want to be on the stage, learn and network. These two success no mantras I can give in this session.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
incidentally, in our family of RB, what happens? There are learning sessions and there are networking sessions. And networking here, I found different things. We network in very different ways, whether it is speed networking, whether it, the various things. And because it is gamified and is so exciting, networking doesn't look like networking. For us, I think it's become a part of life. It is like it's a lifestyle. It's a way
Mm-hmm.
of
I'll,
life.
I'll want to add one more thing, Rajvi, that networking is not mean that, as you said, step back now. I can tell you one more thing on this, another point of view. It's not wrong question, just I wanted to put in this way. That networking is not like that going to the weekly meetings or monthly meetings or doing, meeting people in person on daily basis. It's a mindset. It's a
Mm-hmm.
mindset. When someone comes at home, that is also a way of networking. You're talking with them.
Mm-hmm.
Networking is in inbuilt. The earlier days, the word called chopal. People used to sit in the outside, in charpai, in next to the people ka ped, and they do talk. That is also was a networking. So
Mm-hmm.
networking is inbuilt in the human beings. You cannot make it out from the person. So
That's
it's not
beautiful.
mean just be a part of the community, any of the community, and you go every weekly, monthly meeting. That is not just mean to networking. Networking is happens every moment when you talk with someone on the phone, even a friend or relative or a unknown person or courier wala also. That is also part of networking. Networking is about building the trust, building the relationship. That tomorrow that postman comes, he won't throw your letter on your doorstep. He will knock and will give sir your letter. That is networking. So
That's
it's just inbuilt in your habit. That's all.
okay. That's a beautiful
Just
way of
1 minute, 1 minute. There is such a beautiful story on a postman going and delivering a letter in somebody's house when he was not supposed to. And that is the story of Ranga, the postman. It is there on LinkedIn. I think I'll send the link here itself for people to see in comments later on LinkedIn. Guys, you must listen. You'll have goosebumps when you listen to that story. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, sir. Now, before I wrap up the session today, I have one last takeaway for the audience. Sir, your question: if you had to remove one habit that will weaken trust in networking spaces, what do you think that habit is?
Okay, I cannot say remove habit. I can say add habit. That is being consistent.
Okay.
So
Okay.
remove inconsistency.
Mm-hmm.
Remove inconsistency.
So
That's
remove
all. So
consistency.
consistency improves your networking. People used to stop networking after 1 or 2 or 3 years, saying that it's not working for me. But actually, it is working. Networking is a reflection on your action. If you're not acting properly, it won't give you results. So remove your inconsistency from your daily behavior and bring consistency in this. It not mean that every moment, every day you go to meetings. Just fix yourself 2, 3, 4, 5 hours in a week or in a month, how much you can invest on that, and be consistent lifetime on that. That's what I can say.
Yeah, like you go to the mandir, you don't go every day, but you go regularly, you go frequently. Not कि मैं एक बार महीने में जाऊंगा, मैं एक बार नहा लूंगा तो काम चल जाएगा. You have to have a bath daily. So daily, weekly, whatever, but consistency is very important. I'll really go for that.
सर
thank you
एक
so
बात और बोलना चाहूंगा मैं, सॉरी मैं ज्यादा समय ले रहा हूँ आपका. हम लोग डेली पूजा करते हैं मंदिर में, घर में भी मंदिर होता है, हम डेली घर में पूजा करते हैं. तो क्या भगवान हमें डेली दर्शन देने आते हैं? क्या वो डेली हमें कुछ वरदान देने आते हैं? नहीं, बट हमें विश्वास है कि भगवान कहीं तो है जो हमें हेल्प करेगा. नेटवर्किंग इज next to that helps you. I used to say that after God and parents, if someone can help you, that is networking.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful way of saying it.
That is very nice. Yeah.
So thank you so much, sir, Brigadier sir and Rohit sir, for your time today. And to the audience that you here with us, thank you so much for your time. And I just want to leave you all with something that I have taken from this conversation, that your network is not just your net worth, right? It's your support system, your soundboard, it's your community. And if you notice the people, the most successful people around you, they are the ones that who've built real relationships and who want that the people around them, with them, should grow, right? Should succeed. Because they're coming with that intention of a growth community. So your homework for today, and I'm actually calling this a homework because I really, really want each one of you to do this. Think of one person, that you networked with in your last networking event, or you remember having a conversation with. Just reach out to them, send them a voice note, send them a message, and thank them or ask them how you're doing. Hey, Rohit sir.
Yeah, so I would like to say thanks to Brigadier sir for giving this platform to me to come out and speak. But I will take one more little bit more time for you. First, formally thank you to both of you, Rajvi. You are an amazing host, high energy, and no
Uh,
very experienced.
just
I look like
just
when
one
I
minute,
saw you in the last.
Rohit. Rohit, just 1 minute. Rajvi, we can go another 10, 15 minutes. Don't be in a hurry to close. The last thing I want after we finish is give a little time to the audience. They'll ask questions, we'll answer them.
Yeah,
So,
I was coming to
audience,
that part only.
okay,
No,
okay,
don't be
okay,
hurry.
okay, okay. Yeah. No, I thought you're closing down, wrapping up, and also I was very
No,
little.
don't worry. I'm coming to that as well. I
Okay,
was
okay.
just giving the
Rajvi,
audience homework and coming to them for questions then. Teacher,
Yeah,
Hanji sir.
yeah, continue, continue.
Ji Rohit sir, you
मुझे
had a point.
सबसे ज्यादा मुझे सबसे ज्यादा तकलीफ जब होती है, मुझे लगता है कि सामने वाला मेरा माइक छीन लेगा. So people knows me that अगर रोहित सर को माइक दिया ना स्टेज पे तो वो नहीं छोड़ने वाले. Please understand my passion is to speak and I like to speak and I'm a live speaker. अगर मेरे को बोलोगे कि स्क्रिप्ट बना के बात कीजिए, trust me I cannot speak. But you tell me night 12 o'clock, रोहित आ जाओ 1 घंटे का लाइव सेशन, I would be more happy to do that. By the way, I just wanted to thank Brigadier sir and you for an amazing session. But before that, I can tell one more tip. You were saying ना कि जब आपने किसी लास्ट मीटिंग में किसी से मिले हो, याद करो, बात करो. I'll tell you one of the another way to do the way, like recollecting your all contacts. You might be having lot of business cards. As I said कि कार्ड्स काम नहीं आते, बट आज मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि आपके कार्ड्स भी कैसे काम आ सकते हैं, जो पुराने आपके कहीं ड्रॉवर्स में पड़े होंगे, कहीं बॉक्स में पड़े होंगे, इतने सारे कार्ड्स. उसमें से कुछ अच्छे कार्ड्स निकालिए जो आपके काम के हैं, उनका एक फोटो क्लिक कीजिए और उस मेंबर को, उस बंदे को, उस बिजनेस ओनर को व्हाट्सएप कीजिए, आवर ओल्ड मेमोरीज. जस्ट डू इट. You will
Wonderful, wonderful.
believe that you won't believe the response you will get. He will be one of the person to well connected with you. और वो अपना जो कार्ड देखेगा ना, वो 5 साल 10 साल पुराना रहेगा, उसके बाद उसने कम से कम 10 कार्ड चेंज कर दिए होंगे. अरे मेरा पुराना कार्ड, 10 साल पुराना कार्ड. वो आपसे इतना इमोशनली कनेक्ट हो जाएगा, तुमने वही तो मेरा कार्ड रखा हुआ. यस सर, I felt that day that you were very potential connect for me, so I kept this card very safely with me. And I today remember to again speak with you. So do you have some 10 minutes time to talk? Trust me, this person is going to be the best connect for you. Do this today. Bring out all your cards. Select some selected 10, 15 cards and click a photo and send them in WhatsApp. You will see the magic is happening with you. And networking is something a skill you can only learn when you are part of it. Sometimes people tell me on the phone, sir, just now I joined the community, how to start networking. मैं नहीं बता सकता कैसे करना है. You have to experience. I cannot teach you driving on the YouTube. Come and sit with me on the car. I will teach you driving. Simple. Correct. So this is a live experience. Until you are active in system, you cannot. So I just mention everyone wherever you are, find a good business networking platform and enroll yourself and be a lifetime member there. Select 3 4 good communities where you can, one local, one national, one your religious community, one your industry in which you belong to. Like this kind of 5 6 community, you must be a part of that, and you should do regular, connect with them. It's very important. Yeah, over to Rajvi.
Thank you, sir. I think
Rohit, that was excellent. I think I'm going to, I am in a battlefield right now, but I am going to take out some time and because yesterday only I saw some very old cards. They're readily there. I won't have to look for them. और ये आज मैं करने वाला हूँ. Incidentally, I used to do a program called Train the Super Trainer, and this used to be a कार्बन पेपर करके एक रिसीट देते थे हम. और आज मेरे को 3 4 ऐसे पुराने स्टूडेंट्स मिले जिस उनकी रिसीट हमने तकरीबन 8 साल से कनेक्ट नहीं किया. तो आई वाज सिमिलरली थिंकिंग मैं इसका एक स्क्रीनशॉट लेकर उसको भेजता हूँ कि देख भाई, तेरे 60,000 रुपए अभी भी मेरे रिकॉर्ड में हैं.
see, that's the power of networking. So, audience homework, I was giving you a slightly easier homework कि पुराने networks को ढूंढो, voice note भेजो, connection बनाओ फिर से. सर ने कहा card ढूंढो. So do it. Find your card, find your old connection, build a rapport again with them, and see where it takes. I think that's the most beautiful and the most honest conversation you'll have. So now the stage is open for questions. Do we have any questions from our audience? I think I read
One of our audience was asking what is roti. So I just forget to read the name. It just popped up. So I think this roti word is given by Brigadier sir. So you itself sir explain that how it works.
So, talking about roti, and it's part of my uh, $1 million second, the second book which I wrote, uh, which is not available on Amazon now. It's out of print. But roti is return on time invested. Now, this is something which doesn't get seen, doesn't get accounted for, and people don't know about it. Okay. So, what I'm talking about is when you say ROI, everyone understands is return on investment, which is a financial return on a financial investment. But what about time? Time is not money that people say. I feel time की बड़ी बेइज्जती है अगर उसको बोलो time is money. Time is life. If I give 30 minutes of my time to somebody, I have given 30 minutes of my life to somebody. So time is life. And if you treat like that, then what is the return you're getting on that? Return on time invested is not in terms of money, it's about the satisfaction that you got out of those 30 minutes. So if I say, I want to go and meet a friend of mine, from school friend of mine, from, I want to, actually, this is not, I have switched it off, but anyway, sorry for the disturbance. So, if I want to go and meet an old school friend of mine and we go and sit for 30 minutes and I say, spend 30 minutes with him. So my subconscious mind says, spend. Spend is like expense in a balance sheet, means जाएगा, खत्म हो जाएगा. So it is like not a very positive idea. But I'll say I invest 30 minutes with Rohit today. My subconscious mind gets a task to return क्या आएगा, because I've said invest. Investment is related to returns, and say start looking for कि इसमें क्या मिल रहा है मेरे को. I come back home and my wife says, "How was the meeting today?" I said, "It was so good. It was so good." कहते क्या किया? मैं किया कुछ नहीं. There was nothing productive. पर हमने वो स्कूल की बातें की, हमने वो टीचर के कुछ चिढ़ाते थे उसका किया. I just enjoyed. We had a good time. So my return is very high. But if I met somebody and I said, क्या हाल है? कहता हाल क्या यार? Life is bad, wife is bad, pollution is bad. So after some time when he says all this, बस कर यार, इतना नहीं मेरे से tolerate हो रहा है. I come back home, my wife says, how was the meeting? I'll say, horrible. Okay, now 30 मिनट्स तो मेरे जीरो हो गए, मेरी रिटर्न जीरो नहीं हुई, नेगेटिव हो गई. अब 30 मिनट और लगेंगे टू कम बैक टू माई फॉर्म. रिटर्न ऑन टाइम इन्वेस्टेड इज how much value do you derive out of your time. And my book $1,000,000 Second, which you see on my screen, is making people time conscious, which is understanding the value, importance, and relevance of time in your life. Thank you.
Well explained, sir.
Thank you, sir. That's a very well explained. I think we have one more question that's popped in. Rohit, sir, how can I effectively interact with leaders who prioritize outcomes over human connection? Wow.
Okay, so how can effectively interact with leaders who prioritize outcomes over? Okay, so this is something very tough question I can say to understand. Ki there are two things in this. One is prioritizing, and something is human connection. See, understand leaders are always in a mindset that their team should perform, correct? And people always want to feel कि यार मेरे को इसमें क्या मिलेगा. So please understand, when you are working on something, there should be a fixed goal on your with team. Then leader and team member all are participant now. For example, if we are having 11 people, one leader, 10 participants, or 11 people are working together, then first leader have to connect with these 10 people, and then all 11 people have to align for one goal and work together. So leader is something guiding the path, and the team members are available to give suggestions and follow the guidance. And this is how all together work as a team and grow together. So this is what I can say in this.
I just want to talk to Anushri. Anushri, you've been coming on my Instagram live every Friday, and you have gone through the system, you know how to get priorities. So, rule is rule here is proximity is power. आप किस साथ संगत में रहते हैं? अगर आप जुआरियों के साथ रहते हैं तो जुआ सीख ही जाओगे, अच्छे एक्सपर्ट हो जाओगे. अगर आप बुद्धि वाले, सद्बुद्धि वाले, अच्छे विचारों के लोगों के साथ बैठोगे तो आपके विचार बढ़ेंगे. Anushri, you have to pick up people who you find valuable. You find good leaders, be with them. Okay, and that's the only way. And there is no hard formula like what Rohit said. ये है कि you have to experiment and you say, हाँ, this was a good person to meet. How do I prioritize? So prioritization is in your mind. It is not on it's not in Chat GPT. It is not on Google. It is in your mind. You'll get it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. I think we've had good questions. We've had good conversations. May I wrap up the session now, Bhasin, sir?
Yes, do. Just, just,
Great.
one, just 1 second. I want to see some one or two new questions come up. We should not leave them unanswered. Uh, just 1 second. Time is an investment, and just like we think about natural funds, more investing, similar. Okay, so that's a good. Thank you so much, whoever this LinkedIn user is. I don't know why we have LinkedIn users. अपना नाम नहीं डाल सकते हो, आपको नहीं अच्छा लगता है. Love your name if nothing else, यार. And love yourself. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So
I believe that I believe that this person is a new person. Just joined with the link and might be the first time user.
No,
Is it?
I know some people. It says LinkedIn user, and I've known them for 5 years. So नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. Some people, I don't know why they don't put their names there properly, or there is a way of making sure that your name comes up. Yeah.
The name is also a big story, sir. When I talk to you, many people don't even want to highlight their official name in a very lot of places. So if I talk on this, I think it may go lengthy again. But still, I can say only one thing, that always write your name as it is officially. People never, I have observed that 80% people are writing their short name, nickname, incomplete name. I don't know why they feel shy to mention their official name, which is reflecting in the ITR. It's you. in my base experience, 50% people don't know their real name.
Oh,
Just
wow.
See,
just check.
एक आ गई LinkedIn user Neeta. So Neeta, we'll have a chat on this. I'll help you if you're not able to find why it is not there. So what I was telling you, it just got proved, Rohit, that she is there. I don't know why it is showing as LinkedIn
I
user.
think LinkedIn uses at times. It
Technical thing, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir, Rohit sir, Brigadier sir, for being here and
Yeah,
engaging.
so we can just I can say last message, Rajvi, whoever listening me right now with Brigadiers and Rajvi, if you want to start your networking, if you are a networking lover, even though if you are not, you start loving it and just search RB Petras Access on LinkedIn or Google and just connect with us and let's grow together. Thank you.
That's a beautiful thing, guys. Please join. If you're in Chennai, you can join us tomorrow. Starbucks
Yeah,
will mil raha hai.
yeah. I'll just
Starbucks.
like to say one thing. I'm in Chennai for another 5 days now, from tomorrow till 10th. And I'm going to meet a lot of people. And for those who don't know, who are not aware of RB's way of working, we just get together very informally in a cafe. And instead of meeting one to one, I'll never have time to meet one to one so many people. So we get a small group of people. We have a cup of coffee. We also call it breaking bread. A term है breaking bread. We always say for a meal. मतलब हर सेलिब्रेशन भी मेल पे होती है। आई डोंट नो, मेरी वेडिंग एनिवर्सरी पे खाना ही खाना जरूरी है। मतलब दुनिया में और कुछ नहीं है। बर्थडे पार्टी पार्टी मतलब एवरीथिंग इज रिलेटेड। गुड टाइम इज रिलेटेड टू good food. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have a little chai shai, coffee shoffee, whatever, and chat. So we're going to have about 5 coffee meets in different parts of Chennai. So if you are interested, just contact me and we'll tell you how to get together. And you will see the magic that a person is coming from Bombay, is coming to Chennai, meeting people in Chennai. I go to Bangalore, like one of our program chap is going, doing coffee meets there. Coffee meets are beautiful way of informal networking. So let's do that. So Chennai, Vanakkam.
Welcome, Chennai. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you so much, our audience who stayed still here and who, sent us beautiful questions. I just want you guys to remember you don't need permission to be a good leader and a good networker. You just need to start showing up. You got to be consistent. And the truth is that networking and leadership are not skills you master, but these are practices you commit to on a daily basis. So reach out to that someone and make that connection again. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great, great, great week ahead. Keep building your network, keep growing your relationships, and your network is just been built on one genuine connection at a time. So remember to have that one genuine connection. Thank you so much, Brigadier Sir. I think we can wrap it all.
Thank
No,
you. Thank you.
you know, I'm fond of the last word is mine. So,
All
ladies and
yours.
gentlemen, I want to I want to thank Rajvi for this wonderful thing, for the way she hosted so naturally, so flowing. So thank you, Rajvi, for doing such a great job, and thank
Thank you.
you, Rohit, the way you have your schedule. One of the busiest people I've seen. But guys, you have to learn one thing from him. You call him up, he always answers. I don't know where he gets his time from. My next mission is in the next 3 months to understand how does he have 25 hours in a day. So that will be my mission for the week. So thank you very much, Rohit. Thank you, Rajmi. And Jai Hind and God bless all of you. Jai Bharat. Jai Bharat.
Jai
Bye
Bharat.
bye.
Jai Bharat. Jai Bharat. Thank you, sir. Thank you.